really didn't know which school to go to, so my guidance counselor suggested I apply to MIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, and Case. I did, and all three admitted me. I went on campus tours to those three schools, and at Rochester they had a 1620 I could use in the middle of the night. That was probably my first all-nighter, as I was able to go and actually run some programs on the computer. I went to MIT and I asked them if I came here, could I use a computer? And they said, this is MIT. We have computers. Maybe when you're an upperclassman, you can work together with a faculty member and use a computer. Okay, that's pretty good. My third trip was to Case, and I asked them if I came here, could I use a computer? And they said, you can go right over there to the A.R. Jennings Computing Center and they'll set you up with an account. I spent the rest of my trip there. I'm not sure I saw much of the rest of campus. That was an easy choice for me to make. One of the very magical things about Case was this open access to a state-of-the-art computer. Case had really begun to be a center for computing ever since Don Knuth, one of the saints of computer science, was there, and he had created this soap assembler and this drum computer that really had set Case apart, and of course was the reason that I was at Case. And in that environment, there were a number of us who spent a lot of time at that computing center. That open computing center atmosphere was devised by Fred Way III. He was the person responsible for allowing anyone to be able to run anything, anytime on that computer, and it really made a huge difference in my education and career. Another great thing about Case is that I was finally a nerd among nerds. I was finally in my company of other folks who were really interested in computing. So some of my suite mates went on to found Autodesk and AutoCAD, the design drawing software. Harry Pyle went and helped design what became the 8086 computing chip, the first CPU on a chip. And I had lots of friends who were busy working on the computing things. One of the things we wanted to learn was how do the computers work internally? What did they look like inside? And so we went and asked the folks from the systems group who were responsible for managing those computers at Case. We did not get a really welcome response because here they are graduate students and we're pipsqueak freshmen, and we didn't really get along very well. So we decided if they were going to be the systems group, we would be the subversive systems group, the SSG we called ourselves. And we would go and we would kind of stick it to them by going and figuring out little holes in the system. The beginnings of the internet was the ARPANET. It was a research project from the Advanced Research Projects Agency of the Department of Defense. And the actual original protocols were devised mostly in California, but it turns out that Case, being again a very advanced school, Don Knuth had been there, they wanted to get Case on as one of the early sites on this ARPANET. And I began using the ARPANET to have experiences at other institutions. MIT was on the ARPANET. There were a series of individual networks like the ARPANET that had grown up, but they weren't connected to each other. They were individual computer networks. So what I did was suggest, let's all connect these networks to each other. So I went and created the world's first internet interchange point, which connected together these networks so that the inter part of the internet happened. And for doing that, for creating the very first place where these individual ARPANET-like things connected to each other, I've been inducted into the Internet Hall of Fame. I'm the son of a music teacher. I've been very interested in music all my life. And here, one of the world's 5 great orchestras in the United States is at Severance Hall, the Cleveland Orchestra. So there was a program where Case students could get free tickets from time to time. I would go, thanks to a benefactor, one of the donors perhaps here in this room, and I would go and attend the concerts. And one of the times I'm there, I noticed one of the ushers. Oh, she was really beautiful. I was just taken. How could I sit in her section? How could I meet her? And she kept trying to meet me at church because she had her eyes on me. So it's really a love affair because I was looking for her, she was looking for me. We finally met at one of the dining halls, and of course at that point, it clicked because we both had our eyes on each other. Now, how more magical does it get than that? We've now been married, 41 wonderful years.